Hi everyone, I was asked here to do some work with some of the dogs and talk about behavior and things to look for when you're working with them. My take is that when we pull these dogs into rescue, we're responsible for trying to help them as much as possible. We need to be aware of the things that we're seeing in terms of how this will help place the dog in an appropriate home. So what we need to do is be wary of body language, because they will tell us when they're uncomfortable and when they're not. So what I want to do is go through the kennels and kind of look at the dogs and pull them out one at a time, spend a little time with them and tell you what I'm seeing and the body language that I'm seeing to tell you if it's too much for them or what have you. So Casey, thanks for your help. We'll go to the dogs then. So I have treats. I'm going to go ahead and approach. I look at his face. His mouth is closed. His ears dropped a little. He's uncertain about who I am. So I'm just going to toss the cookie in. All right, so he's actually not taking any of the treats. So in this particular case, I might come back and give him a chance to acclimate to me, right? So I'm going to go over here to Max. Hi, Max. Hi. Max is not interested in eating either. That's interesting. Hi, Maxie. Go on. Hi, buddy. All right. What do you think? So they're more interested in what's happening here. Even though the cookie's right in their face, there's a little bit of a woof with Max. So pay attention to the mouth open or closed, because if the mouth is closed, they're a little more concerned. Their body's not moving, tail's not up and wagging. Look at the whole body language. A little bit of... Good boy. Here. No? Do you want some cookies? Here. Good boy. No? Hi, how about you? Oh, Duke says, I like that. So I toss some cookies on the floor. I'm going to come back to Mr. Man. Good boy. To Mouse, and he ate it and spit it out, so he's still not ready. And then this guy, he has some cookies here as well. He smelled it. He's like, I'm not willing to do that. So, and part of it, I wonder if it's, they've not seen cameras. That's a new, novel thing. So their behavior's a little bit different. Nothing bad has happened. But you can tell with the mouth, the woo woo woo, the mouth, the growl, the ears back for Max here makes a difference in terms of how good boy. And so the other thing you want to remember is sustained eye contact is actually very very confrontational for some dogs that are uncomfortable. Some dogs that are naturally sociable. If you notice when I approached, it wasn't like they looked up to me, and if they did, it was brief. So these are the things that you want to think about. So if I come over here to Duke, Duke actually looks right at me. He's like, hey lady, what's up? I'll take your sausage. Hi buddy, good boy. And again, with the movement, so the orientation with the dogs, they're more concerned about that. Hi, bud. Good. So his little bit of a wag, offering eye contact. When I'm giving him a cookie, I can feel that his mouth is not super hard. So Max is uncomfortable with the proximity of this weird thing sticking out by his crate. Good. His mouth is a little bit harder. Got a little excited because I was letting him. So the reason why I pay attention to the mouth has more to do with the fact that it is relative to arousal. So if he's uncomfortable, he's trying to air scent the camera from that distance. Good. Yay, good boy. So, he looks to me, his mouth is super soft, I feel all lips, he does a little bit of a wag and so forth. Until these guys, good boy, he's like, there she is. Yay, good boy. So all this tells me about who the dog is. If you notice, he's not leaning forward, he's rocked back slightly onto his front. Even though his back hind legs are on there, he's not necessarily worried about people. But these guys next to us, Max and Mouse, are a little more, they don't know. So we just have to go slow with them. So, good boy. So still no treats have been. I'm going to try to offer him a cookie again. He's like, no, I still don't want your stupid sausage. So in this case again, I'm just gonna walk away. I might try one more time with Mr. Mouse. Hi, Mousy. Yay. That was a little nice one. So did you see how he kind of dropped his ears a little and he's like, tried to air scent me? How about this, Pumpkin? What? Good boy. Oh, you like that one? He's like, I don't like the sausage, but I like the pill pockets. Hey, hey, you want some? Maxie. No? Yay, good boy. No, he doesn't want it. Still worried. I'm going to go back to, good boy, Mouse. Good. So, oh, he likes that. There you go, good boy. So you see when he goes to get the cookie from me, his ears slightly drop, a little bit of deference there. That doesn't mean anything other than he's just kind of a little bit tentative. Good. And he's like, that's so weird. So as long as he's eating, I know he's okay in regards to, good boy, in regards to the camera. You want out? Yeah? Okay. All right, so let's stop, gang. So on Wolfgang, hi, buddy. Hi. So you see his big fat head and his ears all plastered back. He's a little uncertain. When I first met him, I could tell. But if you are super benign and not super forward and pushy with him, he's going to be better about it. You remember, a lot of this has to do with earning some trust between the dog and yourself as a handler. So you just don't want to push it. Now, when I go to give him a cookie, I'm deliberately trying to put my fingers in to see if he's going to grab a little, and he is a little pressure. So he did. It's just information about where his state of mind is. Good boy. And no health issues going on with him? Good. Okay. Good. Hi, buddy. Yay. Good boy. So if you look at his expression is, his eyes are kind of slow moving, and you can see a lot of whites of the eyes. You can tell right now he's just uncertain, right? So I'm not going to push him. I'm going to hang out here. Hey, I have some really good stuff. He's like, okay, I think I can handle that. And then what we'll do is we'll give him a break and go to another one. So when I typically will go into situations with dogs, what I'll do is he did the same thing, but did you see how his body was softer versus with Frog? He just kind of sits there, is like, I don't know what's happening. Good boy. Benson's a little more, he came up softer, so his body language was smoother and more relaxed. When they're short and choppy or stiff, that is what we're looking for, and you just don't want to push them if you don't have to. All this does is gives us information about the temperament of the dog and then what their needs are for an appropriate home. Good. Hi, buddy. That was a little grabby for him. This guy, I don't feel any teeth on him. Good. All right. So just to kind of assess who is who,